Today, we're going to go over why a can of compressed air should be part of every chainsaw carver's inventory. Okay, I'm going to blow through these 10 reasons pretty fast because most of them are common sense. And also this can there, this duster, this dust-off can, it's not my preference. It's just what I had on hand, so I'm using it as an example. But you can get canned air anywhere. Let's go through these. So number one, in case you don't have access to an air compressor, blower, or shop vac. Obviously, that's what the whole reason of the canned air. It's replacing a shop vac or an air compressor or blower. So if you constantly are working in your garage or your shop and you never leave and you always have access to that stuff, then you really don't need the can of compressed air. Number two, it's easier to carry around, takes up less space. It's good, especially if you're going on location to do a carving. I always have a can to compress air. I carry one in my truck all the time too. Number three, chainsaw cleaning and maintenance. That's probably the most important thing. Is you want to keep your air filter clean. Not every time I put gas and oil in it, but maybe every 3 times I'll open it up and I'll blow out the air filter and stuff like that. It really does help make the chainsaw run better. Number four, cleaning off your carvings and workspace. You know, if you're carving, especially as you start getting into the detail stuff with like a Dremel or your power tools, then the sawdust starts to build up and it makes it harder to kind of see what you're doing, and you're constantly trying to blow it off, and then the sawdust goes back in your eye and in your mouth. So the canned air really helps out a lot there. Number five, cleaning your mask, eyewear, and clothing. Another thing very important, especially you don't want your mask starts getting built up with a lot of sawdust, and it's defeating the purpose. You're breathing in. Eyewear, you want to be able to keep your eyes clean so you see where you're going, see what you're doing without having any major accidents. And then clothing, if you got to run to a hardware store or you got to run somewhere, then you're covered in sawdust. A lot of times you walk in and people that work there are looking at you like, what the heck? So I always use it to blow myself off. That's why I carry it with me in my truck. Number six is fire control. It sounds funny, but you could actually use a mini can of compressed air like you would a small fire extinguisher for small fires. We're not talking about if your carving goes up in flames, you're not going to blow it out with the canned air. I'm talking about if you're using a small hand torch and you catch fire, you don't want to burn a certain area, you could use that, have it handy just to blow the flame out. Keeping your phone or camera free of dust, another important one. I've lost phones and cameras due to buildup of sawdust in the jack where you want to plug it in and charge it, and it won't accept a charge because you have such a big buildup of sawdust and stuff in there. So keeping your phone and your camera free of dust could save you a lot of money in the long run. Number eight, it's cheap and it's easy to find. You could get a can of compressed air pretty much any dollar store. It's not $1. Usually they average about $5 a can. But they're easy to find. Any Staples, Office Max, all those type Walmarts. Number nine, cleaning your power tools as well. So me, I don't just use chainsaws. I use die grinders and angle grinders and stuff like that. So you always blowing off the vents and the bit just so you get more. Number 10, this is a little, I don't do this a lot, but sometimes, especially in the summer when you're out there carving, your equipment gets overheated sometimes. Your chainsaw will get real hot. And if you don't want to sit there for 20 minutes and let it really cool down by itself, then a lot of times I'll just go back and forth with the canned air just to help speed up the cooling process of the equipment, because the last thing you want to do is have something like that overheat. So again, these are my top 10 reasons of what I use it for. You might have different ones, or you may not think it's necessary to have one at all. I'm just saying, for me, it really does help out a lot. And if I forget or I run out of my compressed air, and then it seems like I'm always like kicking myself. So it's just good to have around. And that, fellow carvers, is just the tip. Come check out the new Handyman Outdoors right across the street from Handyman Harbor, McKinley Heights, Niles, Ohio. They're my one-stop shop for all my chainsaw carving needs. They even hooked me up with my girl here. She's $591. She purrs like a kitten, but boy, when she shows her teeth, you better look out. Stop down and see him. Tell him True AMIGOS sent you. How'd they know I like redheads?
Again, that's Handyman Outdoors right across the street from Handyman Hardware, Niles, Ohio. They're more than friends, they're family.